going on, my little bundle of chestnuts? It's me, Kay Winchester here, and I'm just walking to the bus stop, and yes, my hair is still wet from the shower. You know how it goes. You know, you have time to get in the shower, but you don't have time to like get ready when you get out of the shower. So I was gonna blow dry my hair, but that's like extra time and stuff like that. Shut up. Okay, so I guess, I mean, I've been having like a lot of paranormal like experiences lately. Like, not necessarily experiences, but like, okay, so I'm gonna tell like the beginning of my tale. When I was like 9, I lived in a very haunted apartment. Like, nobody else could sense it except for me. But like, I was talking to my friend about it. I'm not gonna use her name. Well, so Corey Night Fang, because that's an actual user. Hi. She and I were talking, and she basically said that maybe the ghosts chose you to communicate with because you're the one that's more sensitive to the paranormal. So I'm thinking, and she's thinking, we're both thinking, that maybe I'm a medium or a median or whatever. I'm a medium whatever. And maybe we both have a way to communicate. But anyway, it was just very terrifying over there. I remember having like serious nightmares about people that I had no idea who they were. Sometimes it would be about me. But we'll talk about that in another video, because in this video, I'm going to tell about the stories about here, in this neighborhood. If you live here, I don't want to scare you or anything like that, but in my house, there's this one dude, right? He, I remember like sometimes I would leave the light off, and I would come back to my room and it would be on again. I remember telling this in like a previous video of mine, but a lot of you guys didn't know who I was back then. So I'm telling it again, or at least the gist of it. So anyway, I would go back in there and see that the light was on, even though I swore that I turned it off. So I thought it was just like a mind thing. So I went ahead and turned it back on. Turned it back off, and then it was like this ongoing game of like musical rooms, and then one time I was just like, fuck it, so I left the light on. And then I came back and the light was off, and so this person really wanted to like poke fun at me, or at least let me know that it was there. And I'm gonna call it an it because I don't know what it was. But basically, then I remember just feeling something watching me, like this intense feeling of being watched. Like, I physically remember going to school and just feeling the eyes on the back of me. Just like this thing was following me everywhere, because like it would try to fuck with me as well. Like, I gotta whisper now because I'm getting to the bus stop. But like, I gotta look for cars, make sure I don't die. I don't want to die today. So it's a motorcycle, but I'm sure they'll stop. Okay, so basically then, like for example, one time I was in the cafeteria and I put my milk on the far edge of the table, and I was like joking with my friends, and all of a sudden the milk just falls into my lap. My friends didn't do anything. I was looking directly at them. It was like something or somebody had like bloop and just like tipped over my milk, like intending for it to get all over my lap. So I remember just like joking around, or just like going, oh, I think I have a ghost in my house, like, and everybody laughing and me laughing too. It was like a nervous laugh, but I guess the ghost or whatever thought I was mocking it, because like I thought I was mocking it, because the next day, like literally the next day, I just felt the watching again, but it felt like different. Like it felt like I felt like this angry aura, you could say. If you think I'm crazy and you want to unsubscribe, that's fine, but I'm just telling you like my story, okay? But like maybe aura doesn't seem right. I just felt like this angry presence. Like, you know that feeling when somebody's watching you but you could tell that they're mad? That's what I felt. And then when I got home, so I had like my nail polishes on like my dresser and shit. Well, I physically remember like sitting on my bed and my nail polishes were like on the far edge of my dresser. But I seriously remember it being lifted and flicked across the room. Like I just had like this urge to look up, and I did, and I could see it being like, it's not like it just tipped over, it physically got lifted. But like, yeah, it physically got lifted up and then just flicked across the room. So this thing really wanted my attention. And then I was like, remember I told you, like it started when I was 9, so I was already used to it. So I just kind of got up and I said, really? Out loud, because I was like, really? And then I put it back on the dresser. A few minutes later, it happens again. I freaked the fuck out. And I was like, oh my god, oh my god. So I picked up my laptop and I went to the living room. I was home alone. And then I tried to turn the TV off. I tried to turn the TV on. It turned off as soon as I did. I legit thought I was gonna die that day. Like seriously. I had a freaking panic attack. I made my own little video diary and I was like, I think my house is haunted. Like, oh my god, oh my god. I kid you not, there was an orb. An orb. And then I remember just being like, just leave it alone, just ignore it, just ignore it, just ignore it. Apparently you're not supposed to ignore it. Like, I think, and my friend thinks that maybe it or he or she desperately wanted help, and then when I said, I think I have a ghost, I made it mad at me. So it's kind of like, you know, hey, you know, fuck you, or whatever. Like, or should I say, fuck you? And there I go with the mocking again. So basically, I remember taking a shower one time, and this was the last straw for me. This was the last straw for me. I remember taking my pants off and just feeling like this intense burning. And I just ignored it, like maybe I cut myself shaving or something irrational like that. So I'm taking a shower and I look down and there are 3 scratch marks on my leg. Three scratch marks. And it burned and it looked fresh. It seriously looked like it had just happened. So I freaked out. So I ended my shower pretty early and I was in my room just yelling at the 4 corners of my room and the middle of my room. I'm like, I believe in Jesus Christ. Like, this house is God's, not yours. Like, you. And then I was like legit singing, our God is greater, our God is stronger, God you are higher than any other, while I was saying that. And then I did that like 5 times in those 4 corners in the middle of the room. And then I just felt different, like the ghost had left. So there's that story. But like lately, after I've been talking about it with Sarah, yes, that's her name. I gotta like get better at that. I'm sorry. But basically I was talking about it with her, and ever since then I've just felt like I was being watched. Like this intense feeling of being watched. And it was like, I don't hear any voices, I don't see anything, but I can't explain it really. Like I have this feeling of being watched. Like last night I had to sleep with my grandmother because it was so bad, because I remember just like having my back turned to one specific wall, but feeling like my back was just being stared at. and whenever I would stick my leg out of the blanket, I would have this urge to just quickly pull it back under, like back in the, which I knew is normal, but like it felt different. Like it felt like if I had kept it out, it was legit going to drag me by my leg and like down the hallway, like Paranormal Activity, like that Paranormal movie. Like I seriously felt like terrified that last night. So I didn't sleep by myself last night. I feel really safe around the adults in the house. I think that's because they are like die-hard Christians. I think because they are die-hard Christians, I feel safe around them. But like, I tried, like last night, I just kind of knew that it was going to be a bad night for me. So I just kind of tried to sleep with her instead of in my own room because I just kind of knew, I guess. But she told me to go back to my own room, so I did. But as soon as I did, that whole safe thing, like
that. Up here, get room.
Like my safety blanket was just gone. Like I felt like as if something was there, it was like going, oh haha, now who's gonna help you or whatever. So, and this might be really crazy, but I like to research things. So I was researching like haunted abandoned asylums or like abandoned haunted prisons because I thought it was interesting and educational because it shows artifacts about history, and I was interested. But when I did, I just felt this immense sadness, anger, loss. I thought like it could be one of two things. It could be my sympathetic personality and I just feel bad for what happened, or it could be something trying to say this is what really happened and like pass their sad energy onto me or whatever. I don't know what my friend said, but I am a personal believer of that stuff simply because I experienced it when I was younger and I experienced it firsthand. But I also believe that when you have God, the thing can scare you all at once, but it can't hurt you. And sometimes if you concentrate enough, like I remember that night saying, Jesus help me, because I felt really terrified that night. I was trying I was trying so hard not to show it, but I was petrified last night. But I was just kind of like whispering like under the blanket. I was like, Jesus help me, Jesus help me, Jesus help me, over and over again. And then I heard a voice in my head. I'm pretty sure it's nothing. I'm pretty sure it was just my imagination, but I heard, that's not gonna help you. Legit, distinctly, I heard, that's not gonna help you. Needless to say, I grabbed my shit and I went into my grandmother's room. I was like, no, I'm not, no. So please pray for me. So yeah, those are my experiences, and the reason why I'm telling you on the bus is because I'm already, like, when I get home, I'm like, what's going on, my little so I thought I'd be more energetic for you. So yeah, I'm sorry if I was talking fast, or if like some of those things, like, you feel like they don't add up. It's true, you could ask me questions in the comments. And if you need questions about like paranormal stuff, I will probably try to answer them in a video with my friend Sarah. That'd be cool. So just let me know, okay? Alright, anyways, I love you guys. I'll see you all in the next hunt. Stay body positive. Kate Winchester out. Hasta la bye bye, and God bless your nutty little hearts. Don't forget to go nuts.